Hi, and welcome back to another live stream. Also, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to redo the finishing of the last jam that I did, part 3. I did that before, but like I said in those in the previous live stream, that sometimes you need to leave a song for a day and then listen again to the song the day after, so you can sometimes be surprised that it sounds bad or good. In this case, it sounded for me bad. It was not a nice jam that I made or sound that I hear. So I thought, why not? We're going to redo that. Not the jam, but the finishing. Maybe the arrangement, but certainly the sound. I added the Prophet-5 on this song, but it was for me too muddy. There was too much string sounds, and it was not so clear. So I was not happy. I was quite surprised because it sounds not okay. So let's hear it together first, and then let me know if you think it's okay. But because I don't think it's okay, that's why I'm gonna redo the last part of this arrangement here, and maybe I'm not going to play a next sound on that, or maybe it's just some pieces. But let's listen to it and let me know what you think. Of course, welcome to the chat. Also, feel free to leave a comment in the chat. Don't hesitate. Also, free to like and subscribe. Of course, there is no obligation. And also just say hello. That's also nice. Let's hear what I recorded and what we did in that jam. So I can explain what I don't like and why I must redo that. And maybe I have another idea. We'll hear first, starting from the beginning. Till there is no problem, I think. It sounds okay. But from there on, it will be a little bit too muddy. So the things that I added to it was, for me, okay. But after then, it was too... let's listen and... So what I don't like is I must take that Prophet-5 away. That will make it better. The second part of Prophet-5, but the first also must be changed. There's too much the same thing. So there is some things that I must change in the arrangement. Let's hear it without, of course. And also maybe the beginning. So we are going to do step by step, because there are some pieces that I don't like in the arrangement. There are some sounds that I recorded on it. The second part of the Prophet-5 was too muddy. Maybe it can add something, but most of all, just details, not along that song. And the same thing with some other things that I have here that I don't like. So, like I said, sometimes you need to leave a song for a day or two or something, then listen to it, and then you will be surprised sometimes even positive, that it sounds okay or good even. So I think the drums here maybe must be muted for the first part here, and let's listen without. What I did, I don't know what, because it played, so it's not a drum. What I'm also sometimes doing here, so instead of using my mixer like this, I can do it here on my mix table, so I can change from an analog, the digital mixer, the live, to my DAW. So now it's my DAW. It's a remote control now for my DAW. That's easier, so I can have also my the feeders here. That's a very easy way to use your mix table as a studio table, of course. For those who just came in, welcome to the live stream, and also feel free to leave a comment in the chat or just say hello. If you have a question also, feel free to ask. I won't mind, and I will try to answer that, of course. Why the drum goes to, I don't know, because I had an audio track that's the audio here. I know why. It's my TR-08 is still running. That's why you hear the drum. That's the drum comes analog in, I think. Let's see. A very busy day today here. Lots of visitors, so that's nice. Let's see where my drums are. In this case, like I thought, that's better. Now I can use my DAW, and even then I can turn it off, but let it play. It doesn't matter now. Let's start again. Go back to my DAW here. So I think, like I did here, muting the first part and then everything turn on. Ah, okay. That's another drum, of course, that I... The other one was... Oh. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger so I can mute also that second part here. Or I can make it small, but mute, and I will see what it... Okay, gonna make this separate piece, but I cannot do. Okay, see. So what I'm going, no, what I'm, oh, I accidentally turned off my DAW here. Strange. What I'm going to do, I'm going to explain if it turns on. I did that, it was a per accident. It was not supposed to go out. Let's go back. Okay. For those who don't know, I'm using Fender Studio Pro from Presonus. Before it was Studio Live, Studio Pro from Studio Live from Presonus, but Fender bought the company up and changed the DAW by Fender Studio. Also, they had lots of plugins for guitar, and also, so for those who are guitar players, nice DAW for that, because it has lots of interesting. So that was the first one, but I'm gonna turn this piece of my Prophet-5 off because I found it's too muddy. That was the problem, of course. Let's go back to a DAW. So I muted that. And now going here on this piece, gonna copy that. That's the MIDI track. So you don't have to, like I said, you don't have to record this because I'm using a plugin instead of just a MIDI. So, and I'm gonna make it also a little bit louder, this one. Gonna paste it here and then make it as one, and it will start from here. So delete all this without like that. Let's hear what it does. Close. So just listen to that drum only. That was not what I want. So delete this, maybe copy this part. I think this one is better. Also, separate shared copies. That means when I choose this, then I can change it and it will not change on the other part here. That's the way it works. So let's play it once so I can hear. So it must come from here without the hi-hat. This is sort of intro that I'm gonna create. So when you're creating a song or a jam or something, or from a jam a song, sometimes it takes some time to, how do you say it, to change, because you listen it like that. What it does here is it will change when I'm going to leave it here, but this I'm gonna delete, and I'm gonna use this here. Now it changed from MIDI to audio. So if I play it here, you will hear that it's, turn that off, mute. Is there a kick too much? I don't know. The sound that you hear is the Super 6. All those synth sounds are polyphonic synthesizers, 2 analog and 1 hybrid. That means it has digital waveforms, but it uses an analog filter and also an analog envelope generators, because it has 2. And alpha also. Does it must come? Hi Seb, welcome back. How are you? Bonjour. Ça va? It's been a time. I saw you last week, I think, but I saw you too late. You were gone, so I was jamming, and then certainly I saw that you came by. How are you? Also weekend now. Are you in weekend or? Très bien. C'est vendredi, ça c'est toujours bien. Le week-end devant nous. On va démarrer avec ce jam ici. It's a little bit strange that I must change from from English to French, and then from French to English. But my native language is Dutch, so it's not even French or English, but I like it. Les deux. Indeed. It's there is tomorrow I have a special live stream. I did that reveal of that little Behringer Mini D Mini, and today I'm going to do the review, and it's maybe interesting for those who are watching or listening, that it can be interesting for also if you want to buy like that one of those synths. I spent a week on that synth now, and there are some lots of positive, but also some things that are maybe worth to mention before you buy it. But I will explain that tomorrow. So for all those who listening, come tomorrow the same time, and and I think also I'm gonna buy me a second one. I don't know. That depends how I review it tomorrow. Seb, tu dis ça. You dis, now you said, what do you think about that VS Pro? Because I'm very interested about that synth, because I want to add a synth, a mini synth, but I have that mono now, mono H sound, but I want to have one with strings and with a string synth. Not so. What do you think about that Pro Mini? Is it worth it to buy or not? Because it's not so expensive also. What's your experience about that? Tu le trouves bien ou pas bien? C'est bien pour acheter ou non? Parce que je suis très intéressé par cette petite... je voulais avoir un autre synth, mais pas le même son, of course, because j'ai l'autre aussi ici. Let me your opinion, because it's important, because that's maybe the synths that I want to buy. I have two or three synths that I want to buy about that Behringer brought out, but I don't know if it's that Pro Mini or VS Pro or maybe another. There's the CS. Also, there is a CS, and then the other one is the JT, something like that. Yes. Comment tu trouves le VS Pro Mini? C'est bien ou non? Do you recommend that synth to buy, or do you think it doesn't add to? So let's go further here. I'm going to translate. C'est normal. I'm going to translate what Seb told here in the chat. So for the VS Pro Mini from Behringer, he found it's a very great synth, but and also it has not exactly the same wave tables, but that's normal because it's a small synth. And the MIDI patch is a little bit complicated. You must come tomorrow, I think at 6 o'clock, also 6:30. I'm going to reveal that. I'm going to make that overview on the Mini D, and maybe there are some things that also will interest you on that VS Mini, because they are the same, but very interesting what you think, what you say, and we will see. Do I buy that synth or another one? That's a surprise, of course. For I think maybe next week I'm going to buy that one of those synths. But thank you very much, Seb, for your opinion, and also to share that with us here in the live stream and also on the chat. For all those who just came in, welcome to the live stream and also welcome to the channel. Feel free to leave a comment in the chat or just say hello, or also feel free, no obligation, to like and subscribe to the channel. And we are doing well here today. Lots of visitors that I see. So let's see what we have here. The start is okay now. It's better than I think, but I'm gonna see if it's loud enough, because until here it's okay. Loud enough. Here I have an idea. Did pace. I'm not going to play it now, but after then. like that. So now I'm going to go piece by piece, part by part, part by part, and then listen if it's okay. And then at the end, I'm gonna add what I did here on the Prophet-5, maybe another sound, but it must stay a little bit in the background, and that doesn't make it too muddy. That was the problem in the beginning. Now it was too muddy. Changing a little bit the mix, because that can make a difference. And this that's not what I want to do. The DX7. And does it match it or not? Does it has that distortion phase? Does it has it or not? Because if you want to have the DX7, you can use the Dexit. It can be the CZ101. That's more, I think, Juno sound synth, if I remember. I think. So I cut and split the wrong synths. It was not that I want to cut and split. It was this one here. From here. So from here, it will be mute this piece because it doesn't add to the sound. Not. It's here. But will I take this? That's better. Three envelopes. Harmonics and one for the amplifier. Ah, that's nice. 8 envelopes. 3 envelopes, one for the pitch, one for the harmonics or the filter, I think, yes. And then for the amp. 2 voice. 2 oscillators. Filter and but do you talk about which synth do you talk about now? Is it the CS1 that you are talking about, or the okay, CS Mini CS1 Mini? Okay, nice. Oh, interesting. Maybe I'm gonna change my mind and not buy that the other one. We will see. I'm gonna buy one of those. I'm 100% sure that I'm gonna buy one of those. But which one? And for all those who just came in, welcome to the chat, of course. Feel free to leave a comment in the chat or just say hello. If you have a question, and you have Seb here also live with us, sharing his opinion and his on the CZ1 Mini from Behringer. That's an analog synth, also analog. No, it's a hybrid. That means the waveforms are digital, but the filter and the envelope, I don't know if it's a digital envelope generator, but the filters are certainly analog on that synth. And for sure that's the case for that synth. Ah, okay. Yes, indeed. But DX7 is still something else. Certainly if you have the DX7 like I have here, that was one of those synths that I was quite surprised when I bought it. I still don't regret it. I also made the restoration on that synth, so it's one of my babies that will stay here in my studio, and I like him. But it's not the most expensive instrument that I know. It's one of those synths that you must have in your studio because it has something. I don't know why. And now I get it. Before I didn't get it, but now if I have it, indeed. Let's finish this here also because I know. Let's hear what I did here. I hope it. This must turn off. This one must be quite louder. I think I found it. The arpeggiator must go not so loud, but this must be much louder than the other, because it's 2.7 dB. .7, and this one is it's something 2.7, 2.7, much louder than the other. Maybe the intro. I can change it with my Je comprends pas. What do you mean about some Hoover? What do you mean about that Hoover? I don't understand what you're supposed to mean. Let's see, I'm going to give it a little bit more compression so I can doesn't much better. Much better. I'm going to let you see what I'm using here for my compression, and also the IQ. That's a little bit of mastering that I do before you can hear it. There is a mastering on. The only thing also is mastered was my voice. That was not supposed to be like that, but I can take it off the group if I want. But I'm gonna leave it now like that, so you can hear the mastering also. Let's open my universal control, so you can see the settings on the mix table that I'm using for mastering. So those are the tracks, the live tracks. But now I'm in DAW. This is just the live track. And if I go to my group, there's this one here. So you can see, the first thing that you can see here is my compression. So I'm using a sort of tube compression. I'm gonna start maybe from the beginning so you can hear and see. Now Hoover. I know Hoover. Yes, I know the song. Hoover's. Hoover. You mean? And Hoover is in French inspirateur. It's a mark from. C'est un aspirateur pour nettoyer. Ça c'est un Hoover in English, I think. Nice. More than 300 viewers here. That's nice. So many visitors. I didn't know that it was today so popular. They will come so much, but and all those who just are also listening, feel free to and don't forget to like, of course, and subscribe to the channel. Always. Okay. So it's like I thought it was an aspirateur and an hoover in English, to clean your carpets with it, to clean the dust off your carpet. That's a Hoover sound. I didn't know that it existed, a sound, Hoover sound. I didn't know that. So that's the first time that I... So let's go back to here. So what I did also, that is my setting for my main. So if I'm playing it without and with, you will hear difference. So this one is my vintage IQ. You can how do you can explain this one? There are similar IQs like the Pultec. This one comes close to the Pultec. The Pultec is also, most of all the Pultec is, I thought it was a passive IQ. It was not an active IQ. It take your frequency off. It doesn't boost it, I think. That was what I thought in the beginning. That's also, so this one, but this one boosted also. So it's not the same thing. And then you have here your tube compression. And you see my voice is also in that compression. That was not supposed to be, but doesn't mind now when I'm playing the song, so you can hear it work. And I'm going to turn it off, and also you can hear the difference. Without the IQ, without the compression. So I can do also this. That's similar loudness, but no compression. IQ. Much better. Without. Now what I did is also, so before I had this part also from the Prophet-5, but when I add that, it was too muddy, too much string sounds, and it doesn't have some dynamics. Now when I change it a little bit, the start also without our drums, so that bass, it's a Prophet-5, this one, must be prominent in the sound also, and the arpeggiator must be heard in the beginning, but in the mix is just a little bit of background. So I took it a little bit off, but I push it with my compressor. So in the beginning you're gonna hear that loud, but when the music comes in, it will go more in the background, so it doesn't make the sound muddy. The reason that it sounds now okay, because the compression on that main mix of those sounds. much happier. Oh, my speakers are on. Lots of... Oh, what's that? Oh, that's better. My speakers were... I was listening to through my speakers. I must always listen also, not through your headphones, but also through your speakers. So I can hear if it's okay. And I'm much happier with this result than before. Even I didn't add now this sound when I thought it was maybe better to add something, but doesn't need that. It was more than enough, more than good without. So I'm gonna remove that track. I don't need that. Remove track because it was not editing something to the sound. Unused track, I don't need it. Yes. So clean always your DAW up. That's much easier to work after then. And also don't forget sometimes to save, otherwise you will find when there is some when you're I think also it must take it a little bit less louder. So now what we have here, I'm happy about the result, so I'm going to delete this main mix and I'm going to record that what I mix now. The sound balance, the mix balance is okay, the output is okay. I think what I'm going to do is also turn off the mic. If there's something, just ask in the chat. I will answer that also, and then we will hear it after the recording. Let's start. That was my fault. I had my monitor set on here, so you can have that. You have that feedback. It's a feedback that you get when you forget to turn this speaker here monitoring. I turned off a little bit at arpeggiator, and also I'm gonna turn a little bit of compression on, but not so much, to turn on those not so loud sounds. Okay, let's start again. Finished. So I record it now. If I want to hear it again, I must always turn my compressor and also my IQ out, so you can hear the clear version. think it's okay. Yeah, you will hear my sound, not my voice, not so loud because I don't have that main compression now. But I'm going back to my voice and then turn it a little bit louder, so I can have also that. But I think I can choose to take it out of my subgroup and put it just direct to the main, so I don't have that. But I must take it out of my sub and then go to the main, so you don't have that difference. Now it's just the main, but also what you also have. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make that export as a, so it's saved, but I'm going to session export mix down. Just the main will be exported. That's the correct date that I record this sound. Exported, but I'm gonna choose to use not an MP3, but also the MP3. Why do I use that MP3? Because I use it also for registering my songs that I create. But wave 24-bit, that's very important, and also an MP3 too. So I have two songs that I'm gonna have, one MP3 and the other one is a wave form. 24-bit, why, you will see after this. I'm going to use Cubase to master those two. Mastering, that doesn't mean that the sound will be better, just only the mid end will be a little bit louder, mid to the mid, more low mid than the high mid, just for devices like the smartphone or a laptop, so you can hear that bass also a little bit more through that mid, so you can hear it also. That's the only thing why I do that. Before I had also the Pultec IQ, but I don't have it now. I must buy that, and it costs also something like 15 euros, and it works like this. I don't need that, so I'm gonna do it like that. I'm going to put it where I'm on my music, 25, 26, like that. So those are the two. This one is a waveform, and the other one is, this is an MP3, and this one is a wave. So I'm gonna use this wave in my Cubase to master it. And mastering, that means not make, you can make it, if I have that Pultec IQ, I can make it a little bit better, but it sounds okay for me. Just make it sound also on other devices than on head speakers or speakers on your hi-fi or in your studio, and most of the people are not even listening on great speakers. So why do I need to master it just for that? So also for other devices than, of course, that main speaker and studio speakers. Let's open now Cubase. This must be closed, and then I'm using an older version. It's just the Element 7, so that's as old, and I bought it at that moment, and still it works perfectly. It does the job what it need to do. So nice. That's also something that I like about Cubase. It stays. But the new version, I worked also on the new version. Still prefer this version than the new version. Even there are some more of interesting features on that new version. So what I'm going to do is, I have here a track main mix, but I'm going to duplicate that. So I'm going to have two. Then I'm going to enter this one here 2 times. So I'm going to make a parallel mix, but it's not a mix. So first time here. not to 16-bit. Stay on that 24-bit because it's important. But I hope it, normally it's, let's listen and then we will hear it. Of course, my tempo is 115 and here it's 105. So it's slower. And that's no problem. I change it and then it's okay. But sometimes it can give you that nice sound that you need just by making it slower. But I don't like it. It has something strange. So 115, that's much better. Now it will sound like it must. Just double, no problem. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to make this one 10 dB less louder. And also, I'm going to do it 15 dB. Why? You will see. 15 minus 15. And this one minus 5. I need headroom to compress. And then this one, I'm going to IQ. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the low end. I'm going to turn off the high end like that. Then the mid, but that's not this one, the number 2. Shelve it, so it must be shelved. Like that. Without that mid, too much. And here I'm going to add the LA2A on. And also the same thing here. That's too much. I'm going to change my workflow because first of all, normally I don't need this compressing here because it will make it worse than that maybe. First I'm going to fix this one, the first one. Make it 0 so it will be as loud as normal. very glad of that. So it adds a little bit of character to that bass, to that sound. Certainly when I do this on that parallel compressing, so I take, that's the first is just compressing on that sound, but here I take off that high and that low end, adjust that mid end, boost it a little bit up so you will hear it better when you're listening on another device than on your hi-fi or your headphones or your main speakers in the studio. When you're listening on a laptop or you're listening on a smartphone, then you're gonna hear more that low end than when I don't do that. If I just leave it like that, like I did it in the first mix, then you will hear more the high and mid, but no bass. And now the bass comes, the very low goes a little bit more to the mid low. That's why the two, maybe a little bit here. Let's more to the mid low, and then on the speakers. the mastering that I did now, and from there on just file, export, audio, mix down, and this one will the same live stream. Start from live gem stream, and then date. After that, I'm gonna give it a name, but now just the date and when I record it, and export as an wave. So, and this one will be a 16-bit. I think it was 16-bit. I'm gonna when it's finished, I'm gonna look it up, and then we're gonna listen it to the normal. Yes, 16-bit. So that's okay. I'm gonna first open that in my so this one was that's the waveform. This one was it. Yes, I have normally when MP3. Then we have here wave, but that was a 24-bit. Then I must have another one with 16-bit. That's 24-bit. That was the first one, but I cannot find the other one. That's one here. Yes. Yeah, that's one. I'm much happier than before, so more happier of the results. But even then, I'm gonna let it for a day or two, and then I'm gonna listen again to that song here, and the sound, not only the song, also the sound. So because the arrangement, I didn't change a lot on the arrangement, but just in the beginning and some tweaks and delete some sound, but also let it a little bit rest, and I'm going to listen that tomorrow or the day after, and if it stays okay, because now it sounds through speakers very well, through my headphones, there is no muddy sound. I don't know how it sounds on the other side, of course. Feel free to leave your opinion, and I can always learn. So that's the way I master my songs through Cubase. I can do it also on Studio Pro if I want, but I prefer Cubase. I don't know why. And now I can hear it. Certainly when I'm listening with my headphones, it sounds okay. There is more than enough mid-tone to listen to another device than on your headphones, on your speakers. So you can listen also through a smartphone or a laptop. So that's the process that I did. This one was the last part, part 3 that I did 2 times, because the other one was not so good. The sound was not so good. But this one, I'm more happy about the result. And I will be sure after a day or two, when I leave it like that and then listen again to that song here. And if it's then okay, then it's okay. Then it will come on one of my intro sounds that you're gonna hear in my intros of my live stream, of course. So that was it for today. It was quite well. There was lots of visitors I saw today. I'm a little bit surprised. Almost 500 people who came and visited the channel and the live stream. So for all those who came, also thank you very much to visit the channel. Also thank you, Seb, for come and visit me again and giving me your opinion, and also about the which one was the CZ1 Mini from Behringer. Also very nice synth, and also very curious about that synth. So before I go out, tomorrow I will have another live stream, but it will be an overview on the Behringer Mini D. So if you're interested, just stay tuned or subscribe so you can get that notification when I'm live. I'm gonna make an overview on that synth, a little bit deeper, diving deeper in that synth, and also give you also my honest opinion, of course, and also give you, if you want to gonna tell you or recommend that synth, yes or no, and what I think about that synth. It will be interesting, I think, because it's also surprised about the sound. That I can tell you, it sounds fantastic. But is the rest okay? Is it easy to use? Is it does it work very well with my DAW? Can you use it along with other devices? So I'm gonna make an overview and a deep dive into that synth and give you my honest opinion about that synth. So stay tuned. Certainly tomorrow I'm gonna make that video. After that, I'm gonna also make another video on that small synth, but then a jam. So I'm gonna jam along with all those other same thing that I did now here, but then with that little small synth. There is maybe another small synth coming into the studio, but that will stay a surprise, of course, which one that I'm gonna buy me. First I'm gonna look if I can find it secondhand, but if I can't, so I must buy it new. And but that's in the future, so stay tuned. Feel free to like and subscribe, of course, to my channel, and also if you have a comment, leave it below in the comment zone, and I will respond certainly on that comment. Thank you all. Take care, stay creative, and I will see you next time, tomorrow maybe, on another live stream. Bye.